Okay, this is a far more important issue, and by God, this is going to get people excited at home. Apparently using terms like sir and madam are now off the menu at many fancy restaurants. An article in the Australian Financial Review this week, highlighted by our restaurant connoisseur Eamon Fitzpatrick. What are you doing reading this stuff? Says that many high-class eateries are doing away with, quote, antiquated gender terms in the name of inclusivity. I'm sure they will also look at their prices becoming more accommodating, so they could be inclusive of anyone below the 1% of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Apparently, instead of being greeted with sir and madam, they'll be greeted with, hey, folks.
Oi, you.
Or hey, you. Oi.
Yo.
You want the steak? Or hey, everyone. It reminds me of that great anecdote about Margaret Thatcher, who went out to dinner after she just became the first female leader of the Conservative Party. She went out to dinner with all her all-male cabinet, went to a fancy restaurant. And the waiter said to Maggie, he said, and what will you have, Prime Minister? And she goes, I'll have the steak. And she said, and the waiter said, what about the vegetables? And Margaret Thatcher said, they'll have steak too. Todd, I want you in 30 seconds to blame the right for abolishing sir and madam. Go.
Before I do that, I just want to say I'm glad Sidney Poitier quietly passed on before they had to rename the 1967 masterpiece to them with love.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Look,
hey, you with hey, folks with love.
Well, this is all about the right, because wherever there is change, and we've got a major step change here, the right to see commercial opportunities, because there is training opportunities. There are opportunities for sign writers to change the signs on toilet doors. It's all about commercial opportunity that this presents, and this will become an industry, and the right will be right there ready to commercialise and cash in on this opportunity to change the way we address people at restaurants.
So it's a capitalist job creation scheme, because as soon as you change the name, you've got to change all the stationery.
Indeed.
You've got to change all the stationery.
It makes it interesting.
Eamon Fitzpatrick, you discovered this. Is this not the ultimate example of uber rich left privilege destroying? I mean, does the new left have anything to do with the working class anymore? 30 seconds, blame the left for everything, go.
As much as I'm going to blame the left for this, I think the only reason they can take responsibility here is because they've made it something way too accepted. They've broadened the terms of everyone being inclusive, and it's a money earner right now. And on a personal level, I'm going around looking for these restaurants, because how exciting would that make your meal these days? As opposed to being called sir or mum, you go in and God knows what they're going to call you. I'm like, that is a novelty. I've got people up looking which restaurants are going to do that to you.
I know what they call me.
Well,
Parnell.
Well, I just am not looking forward to the day when I walk into a restaurant and they're not sure whether I'm a man or a woman. You know, I mean, it's that day that I'm going to take a long, hard look at myself in the mirror and wonder what's going on.
Hey, G.
Yeah, that's right, G. Like, is this some communist plot?
But you know, well, I think it is a revolution of sorts, because I was thinking about this just earlier. We're getting to the point now where the left is so overwhelmingly, completely, all-consumingly individualistic that it's gone beyond laissez-faire capitalism or libertarianism, which just says the individual should be able to do what they want to do. The new left actually dictates that now everyone has to do what the individual wants. Therefore, that whatever my anxieties are, or whatever I want, or whatever I deem offensible or not, is not just what I think and should be able to express freely, but everyone else actually has to abide by it. So the entire collective is now at the whim of the most irrational or sensitive or crazy individual. And surely that's gone full circle.
But
so now we've got Caligula in the White House again.
Well, that's everyone seeking pre-selection for the New South Wales Liberals, isn't it? I think you just explained what's happening there.
I think I did.